Your fast qualifier in the white number 4. There's in the middle of your screen. That is Jeff Gordon.
This car that JP is running is the car that Jeff Gordon ran on the West Coast, which ran so fast.
You are now in Jeff Gordon's cockpit, or rather on top of Jeff Gordon's cockpit. He looks to the inside of Rich Vogler. No room to go. Remember, we are going 50 laps. This is not a sprint race. Conserving the tires, particularly the right rear, is critical. Now, there has been a change in the top 5. We'll come back and document that after we hear from Gary. Gary?
We've been standing down here with John Bickford, who is Jeff Gordon's stepdad. We've been timing him. He is about 3/100ths of a second faster than Johnny Parsons right now, and he is closing in and making a move. So keep an eye on the new Beast chassis. That's the Diet Pepsi car of Gordon, and he's giving us a great ride with that in-car camera.
Gary, he is the one who has made the move inside the top 5. He passed Rich Vogler on the high side a lap ago. He has just moved underneath Russ Gamester, and Jeff Gordon is now running 3rd. He was the dirt champion at Ascot Park. He won in a sprint car on the foreboding high banks of Winchester a week ago. There are the 2 leaders. Black number 4, Johnny Parsons Jr. White number 4, Jeff Gordon. It's actually 4K for Kelly Racing on the black car. And Jeff Gordon may be doing what Raleigh Helmling suggested, and that is, yeah, run fast, stay in touch with the leader, but don't use up that right rear. You need it for 50 laps.
He's looking for, here it is, here comes the pass. Now we'll see if he has enough power to pull by. He does. He's by and into the 3rd turn. He has the lead of the race. Now JP is going to have to see if he can stay with him. But JP, I think his car is turned a little loose, so I think we're going to see Jeff Gordon go on with no troubles. He'll win this.
Oh, here comes Johnny back. Johnny dives to the inside. Now, will Jeff turn back the challenge or let him go? No, he says, I'm not ready, Johnny, for you to take the lead back.
I don't think he's going to get it back because Jeff is just showing how much power and speed he has. Very, very smooth.
Well, any chance of a track record apparently is out the window because we have a yellow on the racetrack, Larry.
Well, Gary, we do have a yellow. Mike Fedorchak, incidentally, has 4 career wins. This will slow the pace down that Jeff Gordon and Johnny Parsons were setting. Here are the top 5. Jeff Gordon, Johnny Parsons, Billy Hughes, holding fast. Rich Vogler, he's struggling with that machine. And Don Schilling, he's in 5th.
JP is back on top of him on the start here to see if he can get back by in the 1st turn. That's a good move on the bottom, but he'll say, I'll have no part of that, and we'll just drag race down the backstretch.
Oh, Johnny really fights that car as he comes out of turn number 2. He felt probably that that was his best shot to get back in front of Jeff, and just maybe if Jeff had punished his car, maybe he could not retaliate.
Well, that was a good try, but it just shows you that his car isn't quite as fast as Jeff's car.
I've been kind of keeping an eyeball on Jeff Gordon and Don Schilling, and I think that Schilling is closing in a bit. Now, I had a watch on him the last lap. I hit it this time, and there is no question Don Schilling picked up 1/2 of a second in the last lap.
Yeah, he really is closing up on Jeff. Now, is Jeff coasting, or is he going wide open and really going for it? If he's coasting, he might have a little bit left. He can run part throttle or something. He's still around. He's over in the 1st turn again.
So with Schilling out of there, once again, Gordon has a comfortable lead. Johnny Parsons Jr. moves back into 2nd. Billy Hughes has fended off Rich Vogler. He runs 3rd. We're watching the leader, Jeff Gordon, as he laps Mike Stryker. In 4th is Rich Vogler. 5th now is Mel Kenyon. Schilling a couple laps ago was still running in 6th. And 7th is Mark Dismore, who has moved up from his 15th start position. Oh, and almost a near spin right on the outside of Jeff Gordon. That was Danny Drynan. He was putting a lap on, and he almost lost control in front of the leader.
And here comes a white flag right now for our leader. And it looks like he's on his way home free for the 2nd year in a row.
Jeff Gordon has won the dirt championship on the quarter-mile Ascot Park in California. He won in a sprint car on the high banks of Winchester 1 week ago. He may be winning on pavement in a midget now. He runs in the tire tracks of people like Jimmy Carruthers, Bob Winnie, and Lee Kunzman. He becomes a 2-time winner of the night before the 500 in his 2nd win in a row. Jeff Gordon takes the checkered flag, and he is an excited young man.
That's the same signal he gave at Winchester last week when he won the race. That he shakes his fist, and he's so happy and excited. It's youth, and just goes around in a circle, doesn't it? Oh, yeah.
This is the first time that this race car has been on the track. Raleigh Helming, who has fielded a great machine for about the past decade and a half in USAC. It is the ride that John Andretti last had before he moved to the big time, and Jeff Gordon hopes that he can follow in John Andretti's tire tracks. This car has been tested on the high banks of Salem, but tonight was its maiden voyage in a race.
The maiden voyage, he came here and he had quick time and came back to win the feature, so that means they weren't lucky.
You know he's good when he wins the race sponsored by Budweiser and he's not old enough to drink, but he said, I'll hold the trophy anyway. I have to tell you, after you qualified, you were like a kid on Christmas morning. You came up and said, this car is awesome. There's more there, and you proved it this evening.
Well, you know, the hot lap, it really surprised, or the qualifying, I should say, really surprised me. You know, I really didn't think it was that fast, but that's just how this car is. You don't have to drive it really hard to get that fast lap. It's really consistent. And Bob East really did a great job. You know, we're not sponsored by Budweiser, but we are sponsored by Diet Pepsi. And I'd really like to thank them. If it wasn't for them, you know, we wouldn't be here right now.
On the restart, after the yellow, pretty good shootout with JP, but once you got him, you were long gone.
Well, I was pretty sure he was going to try to make that shot, you know, and the only shot he had was going into 1 and through 1 and 2. And I knew if I just, you know, kept consistent, didn't scrub the tires, and just kept them underneath me, I was pretty sure I could run away with it.
Just a week ago at Winchester, you looked at me and said, boy, I needed that one. You didn't say it this evening, but it's nice to repeat, isn't it?
Oh, I always need a win. You know, it's great, just like I said last week, you know. And here on ESPN, you know, you guys are doing a great job of promoting the midgets and the sprint cars. And I don't think people thank you enough, and thank you.
And there are millions of fans around the country that want me, for them, to say thank you for another tremendous ride because we had the camera right over your head.
Well, you know, last year I kind of thought the camera might be a jinx. You know, we crashed qualifying, and nobody really won a race last year with the camera. But this year I've had it 3 times now, and I finished second and 2 first, and I'll take the camera anytime.
Now, I know there's a race coming up tomorrow that in the future you'd like to be a part of. Do you have a prediction who's going to win the big one tomorrow?
Well, I don't really have a prediction, but I'd like Lil Al to win. And I think, you know, I'd like somebody who hasn't won it yet, and he looks really strong, even though he's going to be starting a little further back, but I'd like to see him win it.
Crowds on their feet, 118,043 cars come to life out of turn 4 as the green flag waves in Thunder Valley. Now change back for the 4th position. Jeff Gordon is gone by Kenny Wallace. Made the move up in turn 3 to take the spot away. Gordon now 4th, Wallace 5th, and that's Dale Jarrett 6th. And Jeff Gordon right behind him. Dale Jarrett, a little nudge, a little bump, typical Bristol. Hamilton trying to hang on, and Gordon just gets by. Hamilton slings the inside. Can everyone miss him? He keeps the car down out of the racing road, down on the asphalt, off the concrete, and somehow the field got by. How did Jeff Gordon miss him?
Jeff Gordon trying to get by, trying his best to get by. Bill Elliott takes the lead. Gordon has not led the race today, but he has position. He might do it the next time by.
Now Gordon's tires some 35 laps fresher than Bill Elliott, so that makes the move pretty simple for Gordon. And Rusty Wallace also slides by. Elliott back in 3rd spot with Dale Jarrett in 4th.
Jimmy Spencer gone high down in the first or second corner like he was trying to pass Dale Jarrett on the outside.
Well, he sees those 2 lap cars that are in front.
Our Budweiser race recap. Our leader is Rusty Wallace, has led 133 of 273 laps. There have been 9 lead changes, 14 caution flags. I said 14 caution flags. You're right. That's exactly right. 14.
Jeff Gordon, the 24, has closed in on the 97 of Chad Little. And right on the back bumper of Chad Little.
Chad has been keeping pace with Bill Elliott up there. Here Gordon goes down on the inside. Makes the pass. Now he's in 2nd.
There are the intervals at the line that time by. A little over a second back between Gordon and Elliott.
Tell you what, I'm impressed impressed with the job Chad Little is doing, Ned.
Having a great run in the John Deere Pontiac.
A terrific run.
As of last night, he was still concerned about wife Donna, who's back in Charlotte, 2 weeks overdue for their first baby.
See, .96. Let's see what Jeff Gordon can do this time when they go by the start-finish line. Elliott goes by .82, so he gained almost 0.15 of a second. Rusty gained 1/10 of a second, or 0.12 of a second that lap. See, 0.82, 291. Let's check it again. 0.56, 0.3 of a second, 2.54.
And we got
That'll certainly close it up. The intervals go completely away.
Looking good, trying his best in that 10 car to get a lap back, could not do it.
And still no caution flag. No caution flag as yet.
And Jeff Gordon has taken the lead. Phil Elliott slowed down, thought there would be a caution. Everybody else slowed down as well. And Gordon heads up, kept motoring. Now he's in the lead.
We could probably give a call to the spotter on the 24 car, Dave Paxton, for telling Jeff, no caution, keep it in the map.
Let's go down to Jeff Gordon, the leader, and Bill Weatherspoon. Right sides are on the DuPont Chevrolet. Left side's going on. 1 can of fuel. Elliott begins the parade down pit road. Now Gordon is down. He will beat the 94 out. 18.7 for Gordon. To the back pits.
Do it because Harlan couldn't go. And here's a change for the lead, Benny.
Rusty Wallace, a great run off the second corner, gets on the inside of Jeff Gordon and takes a spot away. And then I said we hadn't seen them pass one another. Now we have.
We have. One of Gordon's car is quite as strong as it was before. Maybe this set of tires not as good. Dale Jarrett working on him there now.
Let's check in with Bill Weathers.
And I think it might be that Rusty Wallace's car is a little bit better. When the caution came out, he mentioned to his crew, he told them, I wish I had that spring rubber back in there. So they dropped 2 pounds of air pressure on the right rear tire, and Rusty is flying. DJ looking at the 24, trying to get into second, see if he can chase down Wallace.
There'll be 16 laps to go next time by.
1, 2, 3, right there, together.
Sterling Marlin and David Green almost got, in fact, they did get together coming off turn 2, but they got straightened out.
They flash by Rick Mass, Remington Arms Ford, and now there's some clear traffic. If Gordon wants to make a move, this is his chance.
Here he goes, he's looking. He can't quite get there.
Rusty dived down to that inside groove, said that's mine for the moment.
And the body looks on the inside of Gordon. Tries, can't quite do it.
Actually, that was 2 to go, so they will wave the white flag on Rusty Wallace. 0.533 miles away from win number 2 in 1997.
And heavy traffic right in front of these cars. I don't know if it's going to play into anybody's hand. Gordon takes a look again. Rusty comes down, slams the door. Gordon on air. Here comes Jeff Gordon to take the lead.
Gordon takes the lead. Rusty slips. Jeff Gordon will win at Bristol, Tennessee. Wallace second, Labonte third.
Look at Abraham. He is. Look at him, man.
Wow. Ray Evernham is ecstatic. And there's a big smile on the young man who has won his 3rd straight Food City 500. Let's go down to our McDonald's winner circle and hear from Jeff Gordon. Bill?
Jeff Gordon, that's amazing. Congratulations. That's 3 wins in a row at this race. Tell me about the last lap.
Well, that certainly was interesting because not only was I trying to get by Terry or
Rusty's his name.
Rusty, I mean, he was tough all day. I knew he was going to be the guy to beat, but I was trying to get by him, but then I had to worry about Terry. And, you know, that set of tires wasn't as good as the time before. I was a little bit tight, and then I'd get loose. But I tell you what, I got to thank these guys on this DuPont Chevrolet. They did an awesome job today in the pits and gave me a great race car. And, you know, it was pretty tight down there. I mean, that's what Bristol's all about. You get down to the closing lap at Bristol, and it's any man for himself. I've seen it done many times.
Were you concerned on that last set of tires that your car was not going to come around to you?
It really didn't. It never really came as good as it was earlier, but it was still good enough to catch Rusty, and that's all I needed.
Well, congratulations. That's a great win for you. And Ray had said late in the race that his money was on you.
Well, he better put his money on me, but that doesn't mean it's going to be guaranteed every time. But I put my money on him, and I tell you what, these guys have been great, and really proud of this one today.
The green flag waves. The Food City 500 is underway. Here is back up front. Rusty Wallace is poised to make a move on Chad Little and will do so in turn number 3.
You got that fender up alongside, had the preferred groove, the inside groove going into the turn, they pass.
And that means when one car goes by, 3 cars are going by, because once you get the 97 up out of the groove, out of the accelerator, lose a little bit of momentum, it's simple for the other cars to go by. Now we're about right back where we started, except it's shuffle. Rusty Wallace is now leading, and Terry Labonte is second. And Jeff Gordon has lost a spot to third.
We've had 3 different leaders, 3 lead changes so far in the first.
A little bit of damage was done when he hit Mike Skinner. Might have knocked the toe in out a little bit or something, don't know, but his car seems to go better after long runs.
Jeff Gordon continues to run in 4th spot. Bobby Labonte is in 5th. Jeff Gordon coming up and challenge Rusty. Rusty 3rd, Jeff 4th. Again, you're going to notice on our rundowns that Kenny Irwin is shown twice. Kenny is in for Jeff Bodine in the 7th car. Kenny's car is out of the race. In fact, 43rd last.
Gordon gets around Rusty.
Yep.
Goes by, so into the wall.
Pit stops occurring. Meanwhile, Jeff Gordon
gets out first.
Yep.
And Gordon slows down, and there is no caution.
And everybody else is slowing down. The other leaders are slowing down too. The spotters should tell them, come on, guys, there is no caution. Now they get the word.
Well, it certainly has allowed Terry Labonte to close in on Jeff Gordon. There was so much smoke in the backstretch. Some of the cars, I think, almost had to stop over there. There was 0 visibility. Jarrett closes in now to within a second of Jeff Gordon.
But now, unfortunately, Jarrett has to go through that same traffic that we saw Jeff Gordon get through.
Exactly. And he lost 0.3 of a second on that lap by getting caught up in that traffic. Oh, and Gordon tangles with the 98 car?
Greg Sachs.
And they spun around. Let's see, the 98 spun around. Gordon's okay. He kept going.
No caution.
No caution yet.
Now there is.
Wow, caution flag now. Who's going to stop? With 15 laps to go, is anybody going to stop?
I don't think so, Benny, unless it would be those guys at the tail end of the lead lap. They'd have nothing to lose.
It's the 14th caution of the race, and it comes with 13 laps to go. Here's the replay.
See, Jeff Gordon's coming up on Greg Sachs, clips him just a little bit, cut it a little bit too close, and Sachs spins around down to the inside of the racetrack. It took him a while to get going, and the caution was already out by then. Here it is again, coming up off turn 2. See, Sachs is down out of the way, but Gordon just misjudged it just a little bit, similar to Dale Jarrett hitting Mike Skinner a little bit earlier today.
Go, 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 go.
They're all hoping to beat Dick Trickle down in that first turn. Jeff Gordon did. Terry Labonte, he got by him pretty good. Jarrett wasn't held up too much, but Jeff Gordon got a big lead.
Jeremy Mayfield there in 4th place, cleared.
We see he's pancaked the right side of it. We're running 13th, 1 lap down.
And Jeff Gordon has a good, comfortable lead with coming around to get the white flag. 1 more lap to go. He's coming up on traffic. But
on Mayfield, and he's already cleared Greg Sachs.
And here's a battle for 2nd place behind him.
Going for 4 straight wins in the Food City 500. Here is Jeff Gordon taking the checkered flag and winning his 4th straight. Terry Labonte 2nd. Dale Jarrett is 3rd. And with that 4th straight win in this race, he ties Darrell Waltrip, who won 4 straight in 81, 82, 83, and 84.
And Jeff Gordon gets the victory kiss from his wife, Brooke, a big hug. And congratulations, our first two-time winner of 1997, and you had to work for it today, young man.
Oh, boy, I tell you, we sure did. Man, what an awesome team. I tell you what, they deserve all the credit for this one. Well, thank God for certainly looking over me, not only on the racetrack, but off the racetrack. We're very, very blessed, very fortunate. But I tell you what, that pit crew, we need to bust off a good pit stop and get out front, get some good track position. And we did it. We tightened it up, and I tell you what, that's what we needed, to get out front and get that car tightened up. Pretty amazing day. There was a lot of guys running real strong out there, and I didn't know if I could hold off Terry. He was pretty strong.
The first short track win of 1998 goes to the 1997 Winston Cup champion, Jeff Gordon.
Now the pace car off the course. The 12 are ready to go as they bunch up nice and tight. Here's the green, and we're underway for 98.
Bound for the lead up front. Dale Jarrett going for the lead over Tony Stewart. He has it in 3.
Jarrett down to the inside. Jeff Burton closes in behind him. At the same time, Jeff Gordon hooks up. They all three go streaming past Tony Stewart. Oh, look at this.
Wow, and put Jeff Burton in front. Tony Stewart will go to second. Now Jeff Gordon tries to take over that second spot.
We get a little help down here from Earnhardt as you ride with Dale Earnhardt. And Stewart up to the right.
We heard Earnhardt have to squeeze out the accelerator as he gets that run off the corner. Now he's going to try to pass Jeff Gordon. Now there'll be 3 abreast going in 1. Watch this, folks.
Earnhardt up behind Burton, now pulls to the inside. Down the long back run. Take a look at Earnhardt.
Al Unser Jr. looking back at Jeff Gordon.
Look at that line low, we got trouble. Ready to run again. International Race of Champions, round number 1. Some reports that there's a little moisture in the area. Possibly getting onto the racetrack. We'll keep an eye on that. They come back to green. They spread out, go 4 wide.
Jeff Gordon on the inside with help from Jeff Burton trying to work away for it. Earnhardt's being shuffled backwards. He's back to 4th. Back to 5th as Wyandotte goes by on the inside.
There's Jeff Gordon as he comes up, moves to the inside, looking for Mark Martin's car.
Goes for the lead.
Martin was the leader, coming back to the flag. Now Jeff Gordon's got it. Earnhardt gets up alongside Martin, makes it 3 wide with Burton down low. Ari Lyondike and Jarrett, they pull in behind Earnhardt and Martin. We are well past the halfway point. If there is rain as a problem.
Yellow flag is out for the rain that you saw just a moment ago, Paul. And we will go back to the preceding lap.
Which was Gordon, Burton, Martin.
Well, rain continues here at Daytona, and the IROC officials have taken a look at the weather radar and decided there's no chance of restarting the run. So at 30 laps, they've called the race. The victory goes to Jeff Gordon, and Jeff Burton can only wonder what might have been had the rain stayed away even a few seconds longer.
The green flag is out. The race is on.
Start say John Andrew, that's Jeff Gordon that has caught that group of cars. When Jeff Gordon got by John Andretti a few laps ago, I looked, he was 4.6 seconds behind the leader. Right now, Jeff Gordon is 4.1 seconds behind the leader. Although the leader has been passing some traffic. You can see Ward Burton drive on the inside of Rusty Wallace, trying to take that spot.
And Jeff Gordon is charging up toward the both of them. He's going to go to the inside of Wallace also. Gets the car down the left side tires. Down on the apron a little bit, but made the pass.
Another lap down. And here's Jeff Gordon. He is gaining. He's cut that lead down on Jeff Burton. Don't know if it's because of traffic or not, but look how he's been cutting that deficit down from 3.8 down to 2.1 in just 5 laps.
Well, we see they're about the same speed. Jeff Burton ran 32.4 and Jeff Gordon ran a 32.3.
But Bert's problem here is this 33 fast, 33.5. That's traffic. And here, when you pass a car, it's going to cost you a second about each time.
They made an air pressure adjustment on the car number 24. He was loose from the middle off. Now he is down and away and pulls out in front of Bobby Hamilton. Here comes Jeremy Mayfield likewise down pit road.
And of course, these two drivers are not only eligible for the $1 million bonus today, but both of them are very much in contention for the 1998 NASCAR Winston Cup Overall Championship.
As a matter of fact, I guess most people realize they're first and second. Jeff Gordon, the 24 car, the rainbow car, is first in points, and the 6-car Mark Martin is second.
Jeff Gordon looks inside of Jarrett down the backstretch, headed into 3. Jeff takes the second spot from Dale.
And here comes Jeremy Mayfield coming right in there, too, in the 12 car.
Well, Jeff Gordon has caught Jeff Burton.
Yes, he certainly has. And what's up with this? Does Burton have a problem, or was it just traffic? He has some type of problem.
Yeah, he was 3 miles an hour off the pace the last lap. And here comes Gordon trying to take the lead for the first time today. He's got it.
Indeed, he has. So on lap 274, Jeff Gordon passes Jeff Burton and takes the lead in the Pepsi Southern 500. Possibly headed for another $1 million payday.
You know, we saw the 16 car have a problem today. Kevin LePage's car had an engine problem today. Mark Martin has lost a cylinder in his car. I wonder if Jeff Burton has a similar problem. All these cars, Jack Roush cars. Could it be something that jumped out and bit Jack Roush today?
Right side tires. There is the win. A 24 car coming down for his final pit stop. Trying to win 4 consecutive Pepsi Southern 500. They're going to take a half out, round out of the right rear of the car number 24. Trying to get a little more fight in the car, tugging up a little bit more. Now left side tires going on. The Rainbow Warriors stepping around. Earnhardt is out in the car number 3. Final pit stop. 24 car down and away. Gordon out, Earnhardt out. And Rusty Wallace on pit road for what will be his final stop. Ever won here at Darlington. Would love to be able to get a good finish today. His car down and away.
And the 99 car of Jeff Burton has just gone into the lead. You can see the interval there between first and second, but Burton once again has command. Look at the incredible run that Jeff Gordon has had on Jeff Burton the last few laps, slicing the interval from 2.3 seconds to less than 1 second.
I mean, look at those laps, 3.5, 3.5, and 3.6, every lap the same, and we've run several laps with these tires. He's supposed to be down in the 32-second break. Both these guys are really running strong, trying their best to win, but Jeff Gordon running some incredible laps.
Well, if you go back in history and you look at what he has done in the past, he's 2 for 2 when racing for $1 million bonus. He won here at Darlington last year to win the Winston Million, and of course he won the No Bull Million at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway during the Brickyard 400. We have completed 339 laps. We're on lap 340, and it looks like the lead change is imminent.
Well, this is about what happened last year, although it was closer to the end of the race when Jeff Burton was trying to pass Jeff Gordon. So here goes Gordon on the inside. He's got that spot, and there's nothing Burton can do except Jeff, go ahead. Now try to go back on the inside. Can he make it stick? Oh, this is tough.
Oh, man, they come out of the corner, and Gordon does have the lead. Gordon comes off corner number 4, takes the white flag. One more lap to go at Darlington. And the Pepsi Southern 500 will go to Jeff Gordon.
4 times in a row he has won this race. That is incredible.
It sure is.
Just think how difficult it is to win it one time.
Exactly. And he's won it 4 in a row. Once he figured out how to do it, he hadn't forgotten, has he?
No, sir.
And, of course, he has also captured the No Bull 5 here this afternoon. Here's Jeff Gordon off corner number 4. Looks at the checkered flag, takes the checkered flag, and wins the No Bull 5 million. It's his 10th win of 1998, his 4th consecutive in the Southern 500, and his 39th NASCAR Winston Cup career victory in his 180th start. He wins the No Bull 5 and a $1 million bonus.
4 Southern 500s in a row. Congratulations.
I'm absolutely beat, I tell you what. Hot day out there. Those closing laps, all I could do is just thank God. I don't know why he's blessing me the way he is in this team, but I sure am thankful, and certainly can't do it without a lot of great people. My goodness, Ray Evernham just did an awesome job today, kept me calm. I was tight, I was loose. You know, I finally just got the thing pretty good there at the end. Those guys made some great pit stops. Thought Jeff Burton was just playing with me there. He was so fast, but on the long runs, we were really good, and we were able to get him. And I want to thank Pepsi. It's a Pepsi race. Southern 504 in a row, unbelievable.
Pace car pulls off the racetrack. Here they come through turn number 12, the final one before they hit the start-finish line. And the green flag waves. We're underway. Nadu is sticking right with Jeff Gordon, but again, we'll see if Gordon is able to pull away when they get down to turn number 11. They're headed right now to turn 7.
Staying with him so far. Boy, he runs in hard going into there. Picked up a lot of space.
But look at Rusty Wallace, who also closes in on Nadu. Now they head up through the S's.
They're down through the S's.
Yeah.
Well, they're coming downhill here now.
And there we see Jeff Gordon pulling away by about a car length. Through turn 10, the right-hander. Now they'll charge down to turn 11. And we'll see if Nadu has that same break. And look at him gain on Jeff Gordon going in the corner.
Now here's where the crew told him that Jeff was getting away.
And you can see he opens up some distance as he came off that turn. Boy, getting cracked.
Extremely busy. Jeff Gordon has the work completed on his car already, but Mark Martin has a faster stop and pulls out ahead of Jeff.
Mark Martin, Stuart Pocono last week were just tremendous, and they continue today with another great pit stop.
Here comes Tony Stewart, Jeff Burton, Joe Nemechek, and the others as they have taken advantage of this caution period to make pit stops.
Ready? Ready, go, 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 go. Great, 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 great.
Mark Martin led 32 laps at Pocono. He takes the lead here, and for every lap he leads in 1999, Valvoline donates $20 to the Big Brothers and Big Sisters. They're hoping to make $1 million this year. So far, they've raised $123,104. They also donate for a win and for a pole. Now we're going to see whether or not Jeff Gordon is as good now as he was earlier when he was able to pull away from Mark Martin. Once again, they come down the chute, headed for turn number. All right, here's Gordon taking the lead from Mark in turn 11 on lap 31. Jerry, what's wrong with Jerry Nadu?
Well, it's apparently stuck in gear. He tried to shift it, it wouldn't come out of gear, and it's hung, and it just basically
There's Jeff Gordon with a 1.2 second advantage over Mark Martin. Oh, and Jeff Gordon is off the course. Now, there's something you don't see very often.
That's up in turn 7 where we saw Dale Jarrett just a moment ago. He's back on the track, but how much damage has it done to the car?
Definitely lost the lead.
Well, that puts
Jeff Burton's right there with him.
So we know he lost at least 7 seconds because Jeff Burton was 7 seconds behind him just a moment ago when we talked about it.
So for the second time this afternoon, Mark Martin has the lead of this race, and now Burton will go to the inside at the end of this straightaway heading toward turn number 11 and take seconds from Jeff.
Gordon has to take it easy here for a lap just to see if there was a lot of damage done to the car. Didn't cut a tire. He wants to get into these corners pretty easy and get a feel of the car once again, get his rhythm going again if everything is okay.
Jeff Burton will be 32 years old on Tuesday. Meanwhile, Jerry Punch has an update on the third place runner, Jeff Gordon.
Just prior to the last pit stop, we heard Jeff Gordon say that I need water, I need ice, I need some help in the car. Ray said, how's the car? He said, the car is fine, but I'm not. We told you Jeff Gordon had a sore throat and some laryngitis. all day yesterday was having basically honey and lemon with tea, trying to get the throat better. He still can't talk. He told me prior to getting in the car, I don't feel that bad right now. I just feel a little bit weak and I can't talk. Well, suddenly the weakness became more and more severe, and now he's just trying to hang on. Ray asked him, do you want me to get someone to get in the car? And Jeff said no. Then Jeff's next question was, how many laps are left? That might be a clue. He's about to be worn out. Although he's giving some guys all they can handle that in turn 11.
And he gives a bump to Mark Martin in turn number 11, but can't take the spot away from Mark, so Jeff remains in third. Here's a Bud race recap. Jeff Burton, our current leader, had led the last 2 laps. We've had 4 lead changes, total of 3 full course cautions, and the average speed is at 76.5 miles an hour, and Jeff Burton is off the pace.
Jeff Gordon can make it on fuel. Can he make it on energy? He's down and away. And Gordon, once again for the 3rd time, will not beat Mark Martin out of the pits. Martin, a 4-tire change, a slight air pressure adjustment to tighten the car up, and he is down and away.
Gordon gets out second. The green flag going to be coming out here at the beginning of lap number 79.
Green, go to the right.
At the moment, Jimmy Spencer leading, and he gets loose at the line. Now there's a battle between Jeff Gordon and Mark Martin for second position as they go up the hill. Who's going to win this little battle? It may go to Jeff Gordon because he has the inside line on that right-hander.
And it looks like it will. And here goes Jeff Gordon by the Tom Hubert car, closing on the back of Jimmy Spencer.
And Martin also trying to get the inside of Hubert. Now Hubert is not on the lead lap. He's 2 laps down in 37th position. Jimmy Spencer still has the lead, but Gordon is about to gobble him up. Here comes Tony Stewart, and also Rusty Wallace and Joe Nemechek to the inside of Hubert. Tony Stewart in 4th position, and once again he's showing that he has taken to this series very well.
Now let's see if Jeff Gordon can outbrake Jimmy Spencer down in turn 11. Take that lead away. He's going to try. Spencer's trying to block. And Tony Stewart's trying to get a good line so he can go. Now turn on the inside, Tony. No, that didn't work too good. Let's cross that one off the book. Here we go for the lead.
Yeah, here goes Gordon.
Yeah, he got that traction off the corner. His tires are much fresher. And he's been getting good traction off of that corner all day long. It worked for him again.
And Jeff Gordon retakes the lead on lap number 80. Now the Pennzoil copter cam.
If he goes on to win this race, Jeff Gordon would be the only driver to win from the pole here at Sears Point.
And he's done it twice.
I mean, yeah, they have done it twice. Others have done it, but he would be the only one that's done it twice.
Rusty Wallace has a good view of what's going on ahead of him.
And he's going to watch Mark Martin this time going down in turn 11. Is Mark going to try once again to outbrake Jeff Gordon? Jeff really buries it down in the corner. Mark can't do it this time. Oh, he's going to try to get on the inside as he come off the corner. Oh, not quite.
And there are 2 laps to go now as Gordon heads up the hill once again with Martin in hot pursuit.
Turn 7 where Jeff had a problem earlier today, got off the course. This time he gets through.
Martin has only won 1 race so far this year. That was at Rockingham. Sterling Marlin is off the racetrack. As once again, Gordon comes down through turn number 10 and comes to turn 11.
Coming down for the white flag, Mark. You've got 2 more chances at your best spot.
Looks like Jeff.
Oh, and Mark really
gets sideways.
He really tried. He got a little bit too deep, got the back end out. Jeff Gordon will take the white flag.
1 more lap to go. Here's the white flag coming out for Jeff Gordon. There will be a couple of more opportunities that Mark will have to make the pass, but so far Gordon has been successful holding him off.
Right here, Mark's been getting through this corner. I thought maybe he might try to drive under it. Could not, as Jeff gets to that corner well.
John Andretti has moved into 3rd position.
And I mentioned a moment ago that Kyle Petty moved to 6th. He's dropped back to about 8th now because Jimmy Spencer has moved up to 6th.
No driver has ever won 4 consecutive NASCAR Winston Cup races on a road course. If Jeff is able to take the checkered flag, he will be the first driver ever to do it. He's through turn 7. There was a good passing opportunity for Mark, and now really there's only one more, BP.
Turn 11, this is the S's. Mark is right there. He's on the back bumper, and he's driving his heart out. So is Jeff. The left-hander turn 9. They'll go back to the right in 10.
Martin is trying everything he can to pull even and pass Jeff Gordon. He's got one last shot. He looked like he might try from the outside. Now he goes to the inside, but no, the car is sideways on him once again. And here comes Jeff Gordon to take the checkered flag and win the St. Mark Reagan 350 at Sears Point. His 4th road course win, second here at Sears Point. And the 4th win of 1999. He also won at Daytona, Atlanta, and California. He's going to go to our McDonald's winner's circle.
Well, Jeff Gordon has pulled into victory lane, and he will get a nice big cold drink and a big kiss from wife Brooke. And Jeff physically trying to endure. First of all, I got to congratulate you, Jeff, on an outstanding effort physically in the car today.
Thank you, Jerry. God was certainly on our side today. You wouldn't believe the things that happened to me out there today. You know, just the things you saw were only half of it. Right before that first pit stop, my seatbelts came undone. You know, I went off the track. I was missing gears. I mean, I made a lot of mistakes today, and a lot of it was because I just wasn't feeling good. I don't like to use that as an excuse, but I was just beat. You know, Mark Martin ran me really hard, and he's awesome. And I tell you, I really thought he had us there. But guys on this DuPont Chevrolet, they were awesome today. I want to thank Ray Evernham and all these Rainbow Warriors. Say hey to Rick at home. God's blessing him, and he's blessing this team right now, and we're very thankful.